Hey, welcome to Paper Chasers, the podcast. I'm your host, Shannon, and today I want to talk to you guys about a subject, man. I was watching TV today, and up around the news come this breaking news. The Supreme Court has taken affirmative action out of colleges. The Supreme Court has taken affirmative action out of colleges. And I was like, okay. Let's dive into this. Let's talk about the disparities that these affirmative action killers have done to our minority students that just want an education. They just want an education. And these guys just, they took it away. They took it away. Now, we already are systematically challenged. We already are looked upon as the scum of races. And now, the one thing that's going to separate us from poverty, you took it away. You took away the only equal footing that we have to be competitive in the world today. How did how did it come to this? First, y'all took away Roe versus Wade. Now you coming for affirmative action in colleges? We should be protesting about this. It should be some action done about taking affirmative action out of colleges. The one thing that we have is education that's going to allow us to separate and break the poverty chain that is encumbered by our families in the hood. Let me get some of this Smoketown drink right here, y'all. I got to get some of this Smoketown drink right here. Yes. Now, what the fuck? How the hell do y'all take away affirmative action? The one thing that the black minority students got is gonna give them leverage over a overprivileged race where we're gonna have equal footing to even compete in any marketplace. And it's not really not we're able to compete because we got to be damn near 10 times better than the average one in order to be competitive. We should be fighting. We should be stomping. We should be in the streets. We should be picketing. Every federal courthouse, every Supreme Court. We need to put together trust so we can lobby. I mean, we listen to all these leaders, and whatever these leaders told you, have these leaders ever really taught you the true components of gathering? True components of, you know what, of leadership? The laws of assembly? What have our leaders taught us except for nothing? I don't listen to none of them. I don't even have a leader. I follow the Most High, and I make my money. And that's the only thing I'm trying to do, y'all. And not only that, I'm trying to. It's hard to be woke when you're around sheep. It's hard to be a wolf when you're around sheep. We are the most sheep people in the world, and we need to wake up because we really wolves. We really lions, y'all. Y'all need to wake up that lion. Y'all need to wake up that wolf and be like, we ain't taking this shit no more. We spend the most money. We have the most broadest economic base. Why are we putting our money towards lobbying? Why are we putting our money towards things that's going to actually help us, are putting the politicians in place that's going to actually help us, not them motherfuckers that's coming around to the churches every for 2 to 3 years that pastors bringing in that he done already got hit up in the plate, are being promised the favor that they. Hey y'all, do y'all remember? See, they done took affirmative action away from us. Now, if y'all remember, it all comes in pairs. They done took Roe versus Wade, affirmative action out of schools, and they're gonna take affirmative action out the workplace next. I promise you. I know they gonna do it. And then what? Then y'all really gonna get mad because you can't get a job. You've been dependent on a job. So what's gonna be the next move? When they take affirmative action out the workplace, are you gonna protest then? Are you gonna get angry? Are you gonna really try to actually do something about it? Tell me what is gonna be the next move for our people as they taking things that our ancestors stomped, got fire hose, spit on, dogs attacked by dogs, thrown in jail. The rights that we fought for, y'all just let just go like that? As a people, what do we actually stand for, y'all? I mean, like, seriously, what do you stand for? If you a paper chaser, you ain't standing for that. Because not only that, it's going to affect your children, your children's children, their children's children, because we all about generational. We ain't about just us. Paper chasers is about generational. Spreading the wealth. But if they take affirmative action out of schools, that takes away our equal footing. It takes away our equal footing. This is just something that we really need to fight for, y'all. And I'm going to wrap this up. The Paper Chasers podcast is being brought to you by the Smoketown Tech, where innovation meets the street. You can also catch them at thesmoketowntech.com. Also, this wonderful beverage that I've been drinking on is called the Smoketown Drink. It's a fruit-infused, wonderful beverage that got me through this podcast, guys. Got me relaxed, stimulated, feeling wonderful. You can get these at the Smoketown Tech. And not only that, I also sponsor the Uptown Tees. If you're looking for a customized shirt, however you want it, these guys can do it for you. They did a great job on this shirt right here. So listen, quit falling for everything and stand for something. Welcome, y'all, back to the podcast. Now, I want to talk to you guys about 6 points about when affirmative action is taken out of schools and how it's going to affect minority students. First of all, you're going to have reduced diversity. Now, affirmative action was aimed to promote diversity by considering race, ethnicity, gender, and making those as factors in college admission. Now, when you remove these policies, it can result in decreased diversity on college campuses. Now, we are already historically underrepresented, and it's going to cause additional barriers in gaining admission and getting the education that we need to have a level playing field. Now, also, what about widening the achievement gap? Affirmative action seek to address the historical inequalities and provide opportunities for marginalized groups. Now, removing these policies may widen the achievement gap, as disadvantaged students may have limited access to resources and face systematic barriers that make it harder for them to compete on an equal footing. Now, let's talk about the disproportionate impact. Historically, we've been unrepresented. Now, my race, Hispanics, and Native Americans has always been disrespected and disrepresented. And this has been affected when the affirmative action is eliminated, guys. We are going to be disrespected, disproportionate. We're going to be placed wherever. We're not going to have the rights that we have that our forefathers fought for so we can have the proper education to compete on the right legging that everyone else has. We have faced historical discrimination, and we may require additional support to overcome the systematic barriers that have been set by white supremacy. Now, what about the limited perspective that students going to have when you don't have blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, and whatever minorities around? Now, how are you going to expect that this student body going to have different experiences, perspectives, if they don't encounter different backgrounds? Now, removing affirmative action can limit the range of perspective and experiences on campus. Now, this is going to hinder the educational environment and the development, making any individual or student well-rounded and prepared for a diverse society. It's going to limit your mind. It's going to limit the openness that you have. It's going to eliminate the acceptance that you have for other cultures and wanting to learn them. What about the lack of representation? Without affirmative action, it's going to be a decrease in the number of minority students attending and graduating from colleges and universities. This is going to lead to a lack of representation in various fields of professions. It's going to be perpetuating inequality and limiting opportunities for marginalized communities. We're not going to be able to be in the professions. We're not going to be able to see other blacks, other people that look like us in different professions that we can identify with, that knows our experiences, that knows how to talk to us. And let's talk about the lost potential. That's the main thing that kills it, is the lost potential. Think about all the minority professors, teachers, inventors that brought great things to the lives of everyone. Now, affirmative action unlocked the potential of individuals who have been historically faced with discrimination. It removed the policies and the barriers that talented students faced that was unrepresented. You know, they gonna miss out on wonderful opportunities to excel, and it's gonna impact their personal growth and contributions to society. We're not going to be allowed growth, and we're not going to be allowed to contribute to society as a race. When you take these policies away from us, people, we must fight, and we must fight today. My name is Shannon, and I'll just thank you guys for listening to us at the Paper Chasers podcast, because we're going to be here giving you the game. We're going to be showing you key strategies to wealth, how to get away from distractions, how to make a better you, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help us. So tune into the podcast, Paper Chasers. I'm Shane, your host. This is brought to you by Smoketown Tech. Check them out at the smoketowntech.com. Also, check out Uptown Teas and get you some of this Smoketown drink. It's a wonderful infused beverage, guys. Check us out. And make sure to hit like and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. And come on and get this game. Welcome to Paper Chasers, the podcast, hosted by Shannon.